about slavery, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution, including the 13th, 14th, and the 15th Amendment. And Lana, during this final segment, let's have you to think in terms of the 14th, 15th, and the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, and the Bill of Rights and religion. I think that at one time you were of the impression that religion played a very, very important part in the Bill of Rights, that we were all given religious freedom and et cetera. Speak to that.
Now, religion. In the first segment, I talked about how religion was very important, that it played a big part in the roles of everybody, African Americans, everybody. And so, religion. I mean, what if you knew that you believed that there was a God that watched over you, that blessed you every single day that you woke up? And you know, what if you were forced to be an atheist? What if you were forced to say that you didn't believe in what you really believed in? Like, what if I wanted to be a dentist when I grew up, but I was forced to say that I wanted to be a fairy when I grew up? At heart, I knew I wanted to be a doctor. And that's kind of how religion was. I mean, because the Bill of Rights basically tells you and me and everybody else that we can have the religion we want. And now, religion in schools, this is a very tough subject to get across to people. And that's because some parents believe that we should have prayer in schools, and some people don't. I personally don't believe in it, but let me tell you why. So what if your teacher, Miss McDonald, say, hey kids, come around, let's have prayer time, and we all said a prayer to God, a Christian God, and Jesus, and praised everything, but then what if there was an atheist in that room? What if the majority were atheists? But then what if a majority was Jehovah's Witnesses? They don't believe in the same thing that other kids believed in. And if they prayed to a different God, then they would get bullied because, oh, he doesn't believe in Jesus. But then they would get made fun of because of what they believe in. And then they would be pressured to believe in something else when they know at heart what they believe in. And so that's why I don't agree with religion in schools, because it makes no sense. I mean, you can pray to yourself. You can pray at home when you're alone. I mean, you just don't necessarily have to do it in schools. It doesn't have to be a part of your daily regimen at school. I mean, because of the fact that it just increases bullying and it takes up work time. The time you could be playing outside, you spent praying to a God you don't even believe in, and then you get bullied for it. So it just makes everybody's lives harder. I mean, teachers have to change up their lesson plans to fit prayer time in, and kids don't get as much recess as they want. And recess is a really big part of kids' lives, mainly for the fact that it kind of fights obesity, and there's another episode that you can check out. And so, yeah. So that's why I don't believe in religion in schools. I fully believe in Jesus. I go to church every Sunday. I am involved in church. But I just don't think that school is meant for prayer time. I mean, that's not what school is for. School, you come to learn, you leave. It's not, you come to school, you pray, you learn, you leave, because you don't have as much time to learn. I assure you that I would not be as smart as I am right now if we had prayer time in schools, because of the fact that I would not be learning as much as I could, and then I wouldn't have as much recess. I would be groggy. I would be prissy. I would if I didn't have recess. And so, you know, it's nonsense. You don't have to have prayer time. You can go home. I mean, you can pray to yourself quietly. Just don't make, and that's why teachers don't say their religion in schools, because of the fact that what if another student gets offended by what you believe in? What if he thinks that his religion is better than your religion? It just starts a whole feud that nobody needs if you didn't talk about prayer in schools.
And so, Lana, you believe that these are what we consider to be your First Amendment rights, the right of freedom of religion, the right freedom of speech, and the right to assemble. What about the right to assemble? When I think you talked about protest and marches and et cetera, that's all part of assembly. Do you think that people have the right to go out and protest some activity? I think you're a great protester, believe in a protest. Do you think that you have a right to do that, and why should you have a right to protest?
I do believe that you have a right to protest, but I don't believe in all protests. I believe in protest for a good cause. I don't believe in I don't believe in protesting McDonald's because because McDonald's has black workers. I mean, come on now, just unnecessary. Unnecessary. You don't have to do all that. You don't have to do all that. So I believe in protests for good causes. I mean,
what are some of the good causes you think that you are?
Like say, assembly. It means all sorts of different things. Like that means that I could get together with my debate team and we could discuss debates. Or I could basically get together with a prayer group and we could pray. I could get together with a book club and we could read books. So I believe in all types, not all types, but most types of assembly if it is peaceful. I don't believe in torching Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A did so-and-so. I mean, you just don't go to Chick-fil-A. You don't have to torch Chick-fil-A because you're taking people's jobs. You're taking money that was in the cash register that could have been somebody's pay, and then their light bill gets cut off, and their children don't have food to eat, and then they don't have clothes, and then the woman stops having she can't pay for gas anymore. The kids can't get to school. The kids don't have an education. They grow up not having education. It ruins lives, basically. So just don't go to Chick-fil-A. I mean, I don't believe in just go fighting somebody because they believe in different things. I respect that other people don't believe in the same things I believe in. I have friends who don't believe in God or who don't believe in so-and-so. And I respect that because if that's what they choose to believe in, then that's what they choose to believe in. I can't force them. It's not my place to force them to believe in what I believe in. And like in white supremacists, okay, if you don't go around torching black people and killing them, but if you keep that to yourself and if you don't bother me and I don't bother you, then okay, I will give you the same respect I give to everybody else. If you don't harm me in any way, then we're fine. Because I don't personally believe in white supremacy, but I mean, if that's the way you choose to live, and if you don't try to target me or harm my family or my community, then we will be okay. Because if I won't just go up to you and say, I hate you because you're a white supremacist. If you didn't do anything to me, if you didn't approach me, then I won't approach you. So, yeah.
Okay, Lana, I think we've got about 2 minutes, and one of the last things I'm interested in what you might have to say in reference to this. The amendment to the Constitution, the Second Amendment to the Constitution allows you to bear arms. Do you believe that we ought to have the ability to carry firearms, and if not, what are some of your thoughts in reference to that?
Well, in self-defense, but I mean, now this is also a really tough subject to talk about. Now, I don't believe in people just carrying a gun for violence. I mean, I would believe in carrying a gun in case you were threatened and you were scared for your safety, so you carried it just in case. But if you, like, say a knife, if you brought a knife to school because a girl threatened to kill you, I mean, you're scared about your safety. That's only what a normal person would do. But if you're taking a knife to school just to go stab people and ching, ching, ching and kill people, then I don't believe that you should have the right to a firearm or any type of weapon at that. Now, I also don't believe in, say killers. Say a killer got 8 years and he got released from prison. If the police still thought that he was a danger to society, I would not believe in him carrying any type of weapon, because if he's a threat to society and he has already killed, what makes you think he won't kill again? Because, if you still think he's a threat to society, then he must not have done too well in prison, so he probably will try to kill again. So that's why he shouldn't be carrying weapons, or she shouldn't be carrying weapons.
And so in a real sense, Lana, as we end this show for today, that you have some real statements, some real sentiments in reference to the institution of slavery, the Bill of Rights, as well as other instances. And let me encourage you, and as well as to encourage our audience, to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.